Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of the video, of the entire video about the two ideas in Matlab, which are the for loop and the while loop, which we are currently talking about. So I just finished the for loop example, and now I will start something with the while loop. So just to tell you a little bit about the while loop. The while loop will basically, if you ask that a certain variable be less than or equal to a certain value, if that condition is not met or if it is met, depending on how you set it up, the while loop will keep the program within the parameters of whatever you set inside the while loop until the exit condition is met. So if, well, this is why I have an example, that way I can like show you exactly how it works. So in this example it says, suppose you're programming the checkout page of an online shopping website. In order to receive the bulk discount that your company is offering, the customer and or user needs to order a quantity greater than 50 for the particular item that they are shopping, that they have in their shopping cart. So this is a very specific part of the checkout page that you are focusing on. I don't know, maybe this is like an intern problem or something. If the customer user does not enter a quantity of 50 or more, have the program repeatedly ask for another quantity until their quantity is over 50 items. So maybe this is not like too realistic, but it's I think it's a pretty good like example overall. If the user enters 50 or more as their quantity, repeat that information to them and thank them for their purchase at the end. So you will need to definitely do that. So considering all this, now we need to write a code that will perform that. So as usual, I will start with my title, while loop example. My goal for this is to create is to make money for your company. No, it's to, what can I say, in simple terms, rather than having to paste this entire thing, I could say that code to require quantity over 50. I'm just like getting picky with it now. So code requiring for quantity, this doesn't make sense. There we go. And like in the last video, you can write your name, the date, all that other good and great stuff there. If you're now used to just, at this point, maybe, well, maybe not at this point because you haven't done a lot of coding, but at this point I'm just used to putting CLC and clear at the very top. I don't really have to name it, or I don't have to say that this clears the command window and clears the workspace, because I know like what it does. So I'm just going to leave it there. The next thing though is I will basically set, this is where I will ask user to input the quantity for the amount of items, or for items, I guess. Quantity for the amount of items is kind of redundant. I'm going to call it ITMS. And as we know from the example that I went over in class, then I can use the input function to ask the user to input a value for whatever I have after what I set here. So let's see. Sorry, enter the number. Enter the number of items. You could put like you'd like to purchase or something like that. But I'll just end it there. So far, if I run it, it'll prompt me to save it. So I'll name it something like ENGR100. While loop example. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Okay, so I don't know, 50. Now, but Matlab doesn't do anything because it's just you're just asking for a number. ITMS is now 50. But the first thing that you want to do though is here's where I'm going to put my while loop. So you have a number, the user is going to enter some kind of number, we don't know what it is yet, but we want to make sure that while our number, ITMS, is less than 50, then we need to tell the user that they need to buy more if they want to receive the discount that they're trying to get. So I can use an fprintf. I can use the fprintf function to tell them exactly that. So I will say you must buy more than 50 items for a discount. Something like that. But that's not necessarily the end, because if you were to just end it there, and your number happens to be less than 50, like 48, now it's just kind of going forever. I'm dragging this on and on and on. This is now getting infinitely bigger. Oh yeah, exceeds maximum length, 25,000 characters, which is kind of funny. Yeah, so it's not gonna stop. So you need to get it, you need to enter something here to get it out of the while loop. So what you're gonna do is simply just ask again. Enter the number of items. And at this point you can say enter more than 50 items in the event that the user does not give you more than 50 items. I think that should be okay. I put this \n here just so it can drop it down. Let's see how that works out. So I'm gonna try just 48, and sure enough, it asks me again. Now, what if I try it 43, and what it's gonna do, because it's a while loop, because while my ITMS is not greater than 50, while it's less than 50, it's going to keep doing and keep going over whatever is in this while loop. So before, since I didn't have the input, it was just repeatedly telling me over and over and over and over and over again that you must buy more than 50 items. So it just kept printing this. But now if I enter 50, my code ends, and that's all. That's it, but that's it for the while loop at least. But now I need to tell the user, in the event that they buy 50 or more, I need to tell them thank you, or confirming your purchase, whatever, things like that. So I'm going to use fprintf. I'm going to drop down a space, so I'll use \n, and then I'll write like actually what my text is. So I will say you have placed an order of, let's see, however many items, and I will call to my ITMS number. So this is where my ITMS number is going to go. You can also use like %G for this. I think this will return an integer. That way you can avoid having to put like 0.2 here, or however many decimals after, or however many digits after the decimal. I always make that mistake. And then you can add another one here. Thank you for your purchase. And I'll drop down again. And that's about it. I think I should probably drop down here too. So now if I run this code, before I even run it here, I want to clear this every single time this happens because I don't want it to show up continuously here. So what I'm going to do is simply just put CLC. So every time it has to go round and round about this while loop, it's going to go line by line. So it'll clear it, it'll display whatever I have here, and then it'll ask for the input again. So 43, nope. 42 maybe. Can I buy 7, 8? What about 55? Sure. So you have placed an order of 55 items, and thank you for your purchase. So that's pretty much it. That is the example. There's not a whole lot more to explain else. So if you're not in my class and you're watching this video, one, thank you for watching. But two, this is pretty much where the video ends. For if you are in section either MO2 or MO6, then the last video I said to look in week 4 of the prep. That way you can find the corresponding quiz hints and things like that for Tuesday. So make sure you look at that, and maybe I'll put this one, I'll put it also in week 11 for this video, so make sure you take a look at that as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see, for those of you who are in class, or in my class, I will see you on Tuesday. I got jokes about, like, I should say at the end of the video, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe, but that's not, I don't know, that's not why I do it. I do it just because convenience, I guess. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I will see you all very soon.